So something changed inside of ChatGPT Ads this week. And if you're running paid media, e-commerce, or performance marketing, you should probably watch this. I'm not just going to read a press release here. I'm actually going to show you inside of our Green Banana ChatGPT Ads account and give screenshots about some of the things that I'm showing you. So we're running real campaigns here, small campaigns. We're running campaigns for our clients, but these campaigns, for obvious reasons that I'm doing inside Green Banana, we can show you in screenshots. You can see product feeds, conversions, audiences, the OpenAI Pixel, automatic advanced marketing, and conversion-optimized bidding. You can see the audience feed, but here's another development. So on August 7th, just a few days ago, a multi-product feed ads started being documented inside ChatGPT in a carousel-style unit underneath the answer. So this is a much bigger story than a new looking ad because OpenAI is building the plumbing required to turn ChatGPT ads into an actual performance advertising platform like a lot of us are used to with Meta and Google and Bing ads. So I'm Kevin Roy of Green Banana SEO, and search is changing fast, and people aren't just typing a few words into Google anymore. They're having conversations with AI, and now paid media is moving into some of those same conversations. And here's what advertisers need to understand. First off, product feeds are real. They're appearing now. So I'm heading to Switzerland in a few weeks. This is August. And I asked Chat, I need some high performance boots for my Switzerland trip in August. Please make them weather appropriate, high performance. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but that's what I put in there. So send me some recommendations and product feeds and price comparisons. And it showed me, and I clicked on a pair and a right-hand rail opened up. So how do you do this? I literally opened up a new campaign in our account, click campaign, click type, and there it is, the product feed. So OpenAI says that retailers can upload structured products, catalogs, and create ads from inventory. OpenAI says product feeds ads have been the strongest performing in their advertising campaign so far. But here's an important distinction. Product feeds does not mean carousel campaign. There is no carousel button inside of my account. OpenAI currently calls the campaign type product feed. The multi-product carousel in these products can be presented to users. This is an important distinction because the platform is changing so fast that that's what they're calling it. Second, OpenAI now has real conversion infrastructure. So you can see my conversion pixel right here. So this is our actual AI pixel that we use to track people filling out forms on the Green Banana site. It's already received 100 events. So OpenAI supports JavaScript, Pixel, server-side conversion API, and OpenAI now supports Conversion-Optimized CPC. But keep in mind, you're still paying for clicks. But instead of optimizing towards someone likely to click, now AI is optimizing towards people that are doing what you want them to do. A purchase, a lead, a registration, a specific landing page. So make sure that you're adding conversion tracking, or you're basically just giving chat money for free. You want the ads to do what you want them to do, not just to show your site. This is a real performance marketing logic. If you don't understand conversion tracking, think about the environment that's happening here. Someone might type into Google, best running shoes, but inside ChatGPT, someone could say, I'm training for the Boston Marathon, I overpronate, I weigh 180 pounds, I run mostly on pavement, oh, and I have an Achilles problem, and also I don't want to spend more than 180 bucks. And that's a very different conversation, and it's more powerful. So OpenAI says that ChatGPT ads can consider the context of the current conversation when determining the relevant advertising that they're going to show you. Now imagine relevant products appearing directly under that conversation. That is hot. That is going to have high conversion potential. But this is also where certain advertisers are going to screw it up. So they're going to hear, ChatGPT product ads are hot, let's upload the feed. So be careful. Make sure your feed is clean. Make sure you don't have a bad title or bad descriptions or the wrong price or really bad images or out of stock landing page. Your feed, if it has bad data, you're going to have bad advertising. So OpenAI specifically says the feed campaigns use structured product information, including titles, descriptions, images, availability, and landing pages. So check all those first. And look at this right here. I clicked in a pair of hiking shoes on that ad that I showed you, and the right rail shows up. I clicked the first pair in dead page. I did click the other two, and they worked just fine. But think about this. It took me a hot 30 seconds to find that carousel ad with errors. I did not search for literally for more than a minute to find that. So make sure that you reconcile your ads against your store. Like a Shopify, OpenAI warns that its conversion is totaled different. It looks at different third-party data and that it's looking at your data. And if you have duplicate data, it's not going to catch that. And here's one more thing advertisers need to see. There's something called advanced matching, okay? This is sitting inside your account right now, and if you see enable automatic advanced matching, I suggest you enable it. OpenAI says that it already has a default for a new web pixel, and on August 17th, it plans to enable that existing web pixel under the advertising options unless the advertiser opt-outs. And this is supposedly able to detect information entered into forms and make these more accurate and make higher conversion tracking. So that doesn't mean turn it off. It doesn't mean turn it on and not look at it, but it's something that I think you should look at and measure. And then finally, make sure that you don't confuse paid ChatGPT with visible organic AI. So buying the ad does not mean that you're going to get recommended organically. These are two different things. It's just like Google organic and Google paid. So at Green Banana, I measure them separately. Paid impressions, clicks, conversions, revenue, customer acquisition costs. We also have a dedicated landing page at Green Banana, so I can track it in Google Analytics and Search Console too, instead of relying on the stuff from the chat ad data. So when you're looking at organic AI, look at where you're mentioned, where you're cited, where you're recommended, and which sources are causing those recommendations. So the real big takeaway here is that ChatGPT ads are moving very quickly from an experimental sponsor placement into a real performance media platform, and I think this is exciting. They're conversion optimized, they're pixels, ads have measurement, they're doing advanced matching, and now there's multi-product advertising units, and the carousel piece is literally just a few days old. So don't run this because it's cool, run it because you have a clean data, clear tracking, and money that you can spend to do this, more important. So I'm really excited about this. I hope you're excited about this. Thank you for watching.